Genetics, which mean the principles of inheritance and variation. Simply, we call it as the principles of inheritance and variation. Genetics, we used to say the lesson as inheritance and variation. Okay. So, what is inheritance? Need to see here what is inheritance. Inheritance means the transmission of characters from one generation to the another generation. The transfer or transmission of characters from the parents to the children. The transmission of characters from parents to the children. So what do you call it as inheritance? The transmission of characters to the next generation. In general words, you may say it as parent to the next children, or transmission of characters to the next generation. We say inheritance. During that particular transfer, we can see some variations. That means here we don't look like the parents completely, isn't it? So we'll have some variation. So that kind of variation and the transfer of the characters from the parents to the children, that we call it as inheritance. And during that particular transfer of the characters, whatever the changes are going to happen, we call them as variation. So that inheritance and variation, we used to say it as genetics. Okay. So we need to begin the genetics with the Mendel, Gregor Johann Mendel. So that the lesson we begin with Mendel. So I'm not going to say the Mendel postulates that here, as long as we are doing the experiments of the Mendel, that will come along the length of the Mendel, that Mendel postulates and Mendel that inheritance theories will come here. So directly we are entering into the topic here. That first of all we need to introduce the pea plant, which the Mendel the experiments was done on pea plant. What do you say it as? Pisum sativum. The pea plant with scientific name is Pisum sativum. Why he selected the pea plant? The for inheritance, all that will come along the length of the topic here. Just remember the pea plant that he did experiments about 8 years on the pea plant to identify to explain the inheritance theories of genetics. So let's start here. In the first of all, let me introduce a character from the pea plant. Let me introduce a character from the pea plant, which we are taking the character height. Okay, so if you take the character height, in this particular character, that Mendel got two contrasting traits. Two contrasting traits. What is contrasting opposite characters? We used to say, in general, the word will come that always in genetics, that is trait. The two contrasting traits are two contrasting forms. We used to say, what are contrasting traits for the high character in pea plant? That in general, in two types of pea plants are available. A plant which is taller and a plant which is called, which used to be dwarf. Okay, so we should not say short here. In the words of Mendel, we need to go. So we'll find for a character high, two contrasting traits are present. What are they? Tall and dwarf. In other words, or in the Mendel language, we used to say it as allelic forms. Okay, slowly I'm introducing that particular words which are related to the genetics here. So till that, you should not go for the textbook till as long as the total experiments and all the issues complete over, should not go here. So slowly I'm introducing the technical terms also. So simply now what I said here, that in a pea plant, in the Pisum sativum in pea plant, there is a character called height. Okay. So in this height character, we identified two alternative forms, contrasting traits or allelic forms. We used to say it as alternative forms or contrasting forms or allelic forms. So we'll final that one word here, allelic forms. Okay. So with that, we'll frame a table here. We'll write a table that a character we have taken, a character that character is called character. What is the character we are taken? Height. Okay, so we are taken character height. For character height, what are the allelic forms are present? Allelic forms present for the character are tall and dwarf. Okay, so we took the character height. For the height character, there are two allelic forms. We'll find. What are the two allelic forms? Tall and dwarf. Okay. So what is this exactly? Let us continue. Let us continue. We'll find what is this exactly and what we are going to do. So this tall plant, if you take this tall plant always go for self-pollination. So with this, you came to understand this is a bisexual plant. That means the flower that having both can produce the male gametes as well as female gametes. So the plant that will allow which go only self-pollination only. In the same way, if you take the pea plant, dwarf plant of the pea plant, tall plant will go for self-pollination. Dwarf plant which also go for self-pollination. Okay, so that means when they are doing the self-pollination like this, before the experiments of the Mendel we are talking here, that both are undergoing self-pollination, both are bisexual plants. There is no crossing in between the plants. Why? Because they don't go for cross-pollination, isn't it? So that's why we can say this is a pure plant. No hybrid, not hybrid. In that meaning, we are going to say it as pure plant, and this is also a pure plant. Okay. So this is the actual property Mendel before the Mendel entered in the garden. So then what Mendel did? What Mendel did? He crossed this tall plant. That is one of the property of the pea plant. In general, they go for self-pollination, but when we do artificial cross pollination, what we are doing? We are doing the male gametes of tall plant. We are crossing with the female gametes. So, what do you say? It as artificial cross pollination. Artificial cross pollination. We use it to say we can call it as artificial cross pollination. So, when we do the artificial cross pollination, what happened? What are the results? And what is the experiment called as that we are going to begin now. So what is that experiment called? Experiment called monohybrid cross. So entered in the topic monohybrid cross. So what he did exactly in monohybrid cross? How many characters he's taken? Only one character. What is the character that is height? What is the character? Height. So what are the allelic forms for that particular character? That for height, that character height, there are two allelic forms. What are the two allelic forms? Tall form and dwarf form. Tall form and dwarf form. He is taken. So the same table I am explaining here. So what I say, this is character. Okay, so for this character, that what do you say? There are two allelic forms are present. That for this character, there are two allelic forms. What are the two allelic forms for the character height? That tall form and dwarf form. The tall forms and dwarf forms. Okay. So that let us do the experiment first of all in the garden. Then after we'll go with the laboratory experiments here. How do we make all that? So seems to be a little confusing before we get into the topic. So just be patient. That further. So let me start the class. Okay. So Mendel entered in the garden. Imagine Mendel entered in the garden. There are two plants, two allelic forms for a character. Right, both are pea plants. Generally go for self-pollination. Generally they undergo self-pollination. So what we are doing now? What we are doing? What we mean? Mendel did. Okay, so he crossed that artificial cross-pollination. He crossed a tall plant with a dwarf plant. What he obtained? He obtained only tall plants. Now the experiment begins. What he obtained? Only tall plants. Whatever the plants appeared here, all the plants are tall plants only. Okay. So that means he did the cross like this. A tall plant crossed with a dwarf plant. All the plants appeared in the first generation are only tall plants. Let us give some names. This the cross, whatever we are doing here, this can be termed as parent generation. Okay, parent generation or P1 generation. We used to say parent or P1. Okay, so what we did here, that is also going to be question for us. Artificial cross pollination. Okay, artificial cross pollination. What he did here, artificial cross pollination. Okay, when a tall plant crossed with a dwarf plant, or we use that word, when a pure tall plant crossed with a pure dwarf plant, what we obtained in the first generation, this can be termed as first generation, F1 generation. Okay, what do you say it as? First filial generation or F1 generation. Okay, so first filial generation. So what he came to understand when doing the cross, then I will write here. Okay, so what he did, what he obtained from this cross. Whenever the two allelic forms, whenever the two allelic forms of character, two allelic forms of the character are crossed each other, whenever the two allelic forms of the character are crossed each other, when we cross the two allelic forms of the character. So just why I'm using this word again and again, you need to adapt to this particular. There is a character and there are allelic forms. Okay. So whenever the two allelic forms of a character, that means tall and dwarf, who are belongs to a height character, are crossed each other, we obtain only one allelic form. Okay, only one allelic form is expressed. Only one allelic form is expressed. Which allelic form is expressed? Which allelic form is expressed here? The tall form is expressed. Okay. So when we cross like this, only the tall allele is expressed. Okay. So when we cross like this, the two allelic forms of a character, when we do the cross, only one allelic form is expressed. That what is that allelic form who is expressed? Tall allele. Okay. So expressed form is called now as, expressed form is called dominant. Expressed form is called dominant. Okay. The form who is not expressed. What do you say? The form who is not expressed? The form who is not expressed is recessive. Okay, so that is the first theory he proposed with that experiment. The form who is not expressed is called recessive. Who is not expressed is called recessive. Okay, so that so who is the dominant form? Who is the recessive form? That we need to write here. Who is the dominant form here? That what we declared it now. The dominant form is tall. The form who is expressed called dominant. Which one is the tall? The form who is not expressed, it is called dwarf. The form who is not expressed, it is called as recessive form, and the recessive form here it is dwarf. Okay. Now let's move into the laboratory and let us give some that alphabetical representation here. The same experiment I am doing here now. A pure tall plant. Okay, a pure tall plant. So I'm giving the being diploid organism, the gene should be written in two forms. That means in the capital T, capital T. We need to write like this: capital T, capital T. Okay. So the what capital T refers as, the capital T referred as tall plant. Why we are giving capital letters to the tall plant? That we are seeing now in experiment. What are the experiment we did? Here you see that if when you cross a particular tall plant to the dwarf plant, only tall plants are appeared in the first generation. So we came to understand what's that whenever the two allelic forms of a character are crossed each other, we obtain only one allelic form. That form who is expressed is called dominant. The form who is not expressed is called recessive. So that's why in laboratory, I'm giving the capital letters to the tall plant. So like this, a tall plant crossed with dwarf plant. Okay. So that let me write here. What are they? Even we have to write what are they? It is homozygous tall plant. It can be termed as homozygous tall plant. What is homozygous? A new word introduced now. Homozygous. What is homozygous? That means the two genes are expressing a character. If they are same, we say that as homozygous. Okay. So then homozygous tall plant. Now homozygous dwarf plant. So now what we need to say here, when a homozygous tall plant crossed to a homozygous dwarf plant, then a homozygous tall plant crossed to a homozygous dwarf plant. What happened? What happened we have seen already, but now we are giving the laboratory expression here. So that let me announce, this is already we said this is P1 or parental generation, and the gametes we have to take from here. These are the gametes, capital T, out of the two genes. When we are taking gametes, that we need to take haploid, single gene gamete we have to take. Okay, so then let me give the representation. This is what we obtained in F1 generation by expression. If you see, by the expression wise, this is the tall plant, but comparatively, it was little different with the parental plant, isn't it? It was little different with the parental plant. So simply when I am writing the physical expression, you are seeing that this is a tall plant, this is a dwarf plant. When we cross in F1, all the plants appeared are tall, but when we are writing in laboratory, we observed that the gene for dwarf is also there. So what it can be named as then heterozygous tall plant. Tall plant it is, no doubt. Heterozygous tall plant. So why the small t is there? Why you can't say it's a dwarf plant? That's what we said. Only this gene is expressed. Which gene? Capital T. The expressed one is called as dominant. The form we expressed is not is called as recessive. Okay, the form who is expressed is called dominant. So who is the dominant here? Capital T is the dominant one. Okay, the dominant gene. That's why it was expressed. The form who is not expressed, that is called recessive. Okay, now let me give the representation for this. A pure tall plant crossed with a pure dwarf plant. Okay, so what these are? These are gametes. Okay, so these are the gametes. A pure tall plant crossed with the pure dwarf plant. We obtain in F1 generation, all the plants who appeared in the F1 generation are heterozygous tall plants. All the plants appeared here are heterozygous tall plants. Okay, the heterozygous tall plants are appeared. So what we have to do? That what we have to do from here, what we are going to learn, that is very important. What here we are going to learn, there is a theory called law of dominance, the first theory of Mendel, law of dominance. What is law of dominance? Whenever the two allelic forms of the character are crossed each other, whenever the two allelic forms of the character are crossed each other, only one form will come for expression. The form who expressed that called dominant, the form who is not expressed is called recessive, and the theory is called law of dominance. Okay, the theory is said to be law of dominance. We have to continue. We need to continue here. That means Mendel did continuation of the experiment. What he did, he crossed F1 plant with F1 only. He crossed the F1 plant with F1. That means, what do you say? That is as a self-pollination. We can say here, the same plant, we are doing the cross with the same plant. So that what do you call it as F1 with F1. He did self-pollination of the plant. So whatever the plants he obtained in the F1 generation, with the same plants, he did the cross. F1 with F. Okay, so let me write here. Let me write here. So he did a cross with, what do you say? F1 with F1. Okay. So F1 with F1 means heterozygous tall plant with heterozygous tall plant. We are doing the cross. Okay, now let's take the gametes. What this is? F1 plant is F1 plant. This is F1 and this is also F1. So what we are doing here, we are doing self-pollination. So let me take the gametes here. Let me take the gametes. So capital T, small t. Two gametes we obtain. Here also the two gametes, male gamete and female gamete. Okay, so why, how two gametes are appeared? That question will come. That here we got only one gamete. Both are look like same. That's why we have taken only one gamete in the parental generation. Now the two different gametes came, isn't it? So for that particular gametes, now we need to do the cross. Okay. So for easy understanding, we are doing the Punnett square board. The Punnett introduced the square board to understand. So I'm writing these gametes in one place. That means one side I'm writing male gametes. These two I took here, these two. And here, these two I'm taking here. Capital T, small t. Okay. So when what they appear, that we need to see here. What are the appearance? Okay, so let me write here capital T, capital T, capital T. Okay, so let me write. That means what I did, I think you understand. What I did, capital T, capital T. That male gamete and female gamete fuse each other. Male gamete and female gamete fuse each other. Okay. So whatever the offsprings we are getting here, what do you call them as? F2 generation. F2 generation. That we are going to get offspring some here. That what do you call them as? F2 generation. So let us see what offsprings will get in F2 generation. Here, capital T, small t. Okay, so okay, I got some problem. Okay, capital T and small t. Okay, so I think what you're understanding what I'm doing. Capital T, small t. Okay, next here in the box, small t, small t. So what is this? The plant, what type of plant it is? Now we need to write what type of plant it is. It is a tall plant, isn't it? It is a tall plant. And this is also tall plant. And this is also tall plant. And this is dwarf plant. So in F2 generation, that how many tall plants are appeared? How many tall plants are appeared? Phenotypic ratio antam. We call it as phenotypic ratio. What is phenotypic ratio? Physical expression. That means how many tall, how many dwarf are appeared. So how many tall appeared? How many offsprings are appeared? 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of the 4 offsprings appeared, that how many are appeared? Tall 3. How many with dwarf? 1. So what is the ratio of phenotype? 3:1. That means 3 by 4. Out of 4, 3 are tall, and out of 4, 1 is dwarf. We call it as phenotypic ratio. Mendel F2 phenotypic ratio. Mendel F2 phenotypic ratio. Okay. Next, genotypic ratio. We need to see here genotypic ratio. We need to go for genotypic ratio. What is genotypic ratio? We need to find out the gene, whether it is homozygous or heterozygous. You let me give the numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me take 1. What is this? That capital T, capital T. What is this exactly? That is homozygous tall, isn't it? That is homozygous tall. Okay. Next, the second one and third one. What are the second and third one? The second and third one are heterozygous tall, isn't it? Capital T, small t. We use it to say it as capital T and small t. So what I have to name them as heterozygous tall. Okay, heterozygous tall. Okay, next. Number 4. What's the next one? Number 4. See the box number 4. So what you obtained there? We obtained dwarf plant. Isn't it? Actually, no need to say dwarf plant to as homozygous or heterozygous. But let us write here. First time we are writing homozygous dwarf. Okay, homozygous dwarf. Okay, so homozygous dwarf. What do you say it as? Homozygous dwarf. So finally, what is the ratio? The genotypic ratio, we use it to say it as 1 is to 2 is to 1. What is 1? That's what is written here. What is 1? Homozygous tall. What is 2? Heterozygous tall. What is 1? Homozygous dwarf. Okay. So that means simply what I am saying here, these kind of plants are appeared 1. These kind of plants are appeared 2. Where was appeared? I shown in the numbers, in the form of numbers. Second box and third box. So these plants are appeared 1. Okay, so when you look in the point of view of phenotypic, okay, so in the point of view of phenotypic ratio, so when you look them, one homozygous stall and two heterozygous stall and one homozygous dwarf. Okay, one homozygous stall, two heterozygous stall, one homozygous dwarf. Okay, so this is the full page of the monohybrid cross, what we did. Okay, so then let me say once again what we did exactly. What we did, number one, what we did, a pure tall plant crossed with a pure tall plant crossed with a dwarf plant, pure dwarf plant. Pure tall plant means homozygous tall. A theoretical portion I am doing here, a pure tall plant crossed with a pure dwarf plant. That means homozygous dwarf. Okay, so homozygous dwarf. So need to take care of this. Little attention required. A pure tall plant is crossed with a pure dwarf plant. So what that generation called? That generation said to be P1 generation or parent generation. Okay, P1 or parent. A pure tall plant is crossed with pure dwarf plant. Okay, next, what we did, the plants obtained here. That what you said them as F1 plants. The result we have to write. All the plants appeared in appeared in first filial generation. First filial. That means what do you say it as? F1. Okay, F1 generation. First filial generation. F1 generation. All the plants appeared in the first filial generation are heterozygous tall. Okay, heterozygous tall. So, okay, so when we obtained the heterozygous tall, what we did after that? What we did after that? The F1, when the F1, when the F1 plants are self-pollinated, when the F1 plants are self-pollinated, we obtain F2 generation. Okay, we obtain F2 generation. Okay, F2 generation. We obtain F2 generation. So what we obtain in the F2 generation when the F1 plants are self-pollinated, we obtain F2 generation that the phenotypically, the plants obtained in the F1 generation, phenotypically and genotypically, we should say like that. Phenotypically means physical expression. Phenotypically, physical expression. That means 3:1. 3 tall plants, 1 dwarf plant appear. Genotypically, 1 homozygous tall, 2 heterozygous tall, 1 homozygous dwarf appear. Okay. So based on this, we have a theory called law of segregation, but that we have to see in the next class. So this is about the Mendel monohybrid cross. A little revision required and your theoretical representation required. I have some page problem, that's why I made it like this. What we need to do here, that you just fill your page, the full page. So that means I drawn it side by side. You don't do that. You do it when you're writing the notes here, that you just go through that the same page in the form of a continuation page. Okay, so that is finally whatever we learned in the case of monohybrid graph. So this is about monohybrid graph. Nothing to read in the textbook. The simply we need to write like this: a pure tall plant crossed with a pure dwarf plant in the P1 generation. The gametes will appear like this. In F1 generation, whatever the plants appeared are heterozygous tall. When F1 crossed with the F1, that means the self-pollination, when it was did, the self-pollination. So I'm doing it on next page. So self-pollination has done that the gametes will come like this, capital D, small t. Here also the gametes will come like this, a male gamete and female gamete. So we have to take that particular gametes in boxes like this. Home the male gametes on one side, female gametes on other side. A pure home, the tall plant, tall plant, tall plant. And we got a dwarf plant. Okay, so that means when I'm saying like this, you need to understand that the three plants appeared tall, one plant appeared dwarf. What is it? Phenotypic ratio, physical expression. When you want to talk about genotypic, you need to say like this. First box, homozygous tall. Second box and third box, heterozygous tall. The fourth box, homozygous dwarf. So the phenotypic ratio is 3 is to 1. Genotypic ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1. That's it. Okay. So this is Mendel monohybrid cross. Okay. So